Fitness Industry Council of Canada is proud to announce Scott Wildeman as the 2022 recipient of the Canadian Fitness Industry Leadership Award. Scott started his fitness industry journey in early 1997 after his junior football career ended early due to a knee injury. From that, an opportunity emerged for him to become a weight room monitor while enrolled in kinesiology at the University of Calgary. In 1999, Scott was going to become an elementary physical education specialist. However, that year, he attended the CanFit Pro conference in Toronto, and he knew he needed to be part of the fitness industry full-time. In 1999, the Edgemont Club was purchased by World Health Club. Scott was able to join a growth-oriented company, and although the initial integration was a bit rocky, it was a start to something spectacular. In 2004, he was appointed as a regional fitness director for World Health Club. Over the next 3 years, World Health Club grew their personal training program by well over 50% year over year. In 2007, Scott was appointed as Vice President of Fitness Services. This was also the year that Scott found FIC. Scott knew that their company needed to have a seat at the table, and he wanted to give back to the industry that had given him so much. He was eager to help in any way he could. Over the next few years, World Health Club partnered with private equity and made a few mergers and acquisitions, namely adding Club Fit, Spa Lady, and Bankers Hall clubs into the family. Scott was a key part of these integrations and was able to dramatically increase the size and scope of their personal training program throughout the entire portfolio. From 2010 to 2020, World Health Club grew as a company and was recognized by Achievers as a top engaged workforce and also as one of Canada's best managed companies. Scott led a team that would always give back to their community through a variety of fundraisers. Whether they were golf tournaments, toy drives, or challenging the chief of the Calgary Fire Department up a 54-story climb in full gear, Scott was always eager to be with his team and on the front lines. Throughout Scott's entire career, he has always remained on the front lines, regardless of how busy he was. To this day, he still teaches at least 1 to 2 spin classes per week. Scott has always been passionate about advancing the fitness industry. In 2018, as the newly appointed president of Fitness Industry Council of Canada, he wanted to bring the industry together to fight for a common goal. He found the industry to be fragmented and in need of change. He had a vision that from competing suppliers to operators to certification agencies, the industry needed to band together to advocate for a common goal. In 2018, he led a group of the biggest names and competitors in the industry from all over the country for a week-long campaign in Ottawa, advocating for incentives for Canadians to become more active. The purpose was to introduce the fitness industry as a proactive member of our healthcare system. The week concluded with workouts on the lawn of the Supreme Court of Canada. This was the groundwork that launched FIC into a new direction. During Scott's time as president of Fitness Industry Council of Canada, COVID-19 struck. It knocked the entire industry down, but in the face of this crisis, and with Scott's leadership, incredible progress was made in bringing our industry together. FIC advocated non-stop, from media interviews to federal finance and healthcare committees to provincial meetings with ministers and associates. FIC worked tirelessly to have fitness facilities open and remain open. The fitness industry came together and became recognized by various members of government.
Hello everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to talk about my good friend Scott Wildeman and the amazing things he's done for the Fitness Industry Council of Canada and the Canadian fitness industry. Scott has been active in the Fitness Industry Council of Canada for many years, starting as a provincial council member and then a board member. In June 2018, Scott agreed to take over as president after my tenure. I have to tell you, my timing was impeccable. I had the opportunity to lead the organization for almost 10 years, but I believe Scott worked more in his 3 years as president than I did in all 10 years. Coming into the trade association as president during a global pandemic was no easy feat. However, Scott represented our industry with grace and incredible composure. Prior to the pandemic, Scott reorganized FIC's membership structure, fundraising, and governance. Once the pandemic hit, Scott was the face of our industry. Scott's work was instrumental in many of the government subsidies that were offered to the fitness industry during the pandemic. Wage subsidies, rent subsidies, government loans were all impacted by the work that Scott and the Fitness Industry Council of Canada worked tirelessly on. As one of the most impacted industries in Canada, many clubs and studios would not have survived with the government assistance that was provided. While being eligible was one thing, understanding how to apply and receive these grants was quite another. Under Scott's leadership, FIC did an amazing job of communicating to our industry on how to apply for and receive all available assistance. While COVID was a defining moment for FIC, other work under Scott's leadership should not go unnoticed. Of particular importance was his work with ReSound and SOCAN, which allowed us to delay potential increases to music licensing fees during a difficult time. While these discussions are still ongoing, FIC was able to push back a number of rate increases, which would have been harder for the industry, and now the industry is well positioned for the future. I've worked with Scott at World Health, and I've watched him grow his career in the fitness industry and now with his Kids Strong brand. Scott is a committed, ethical, and hardworking individual who I know will be successful in every and any endeavor he undertakes. I can only say how grateful I am that he was there for all of us during this difficult period, and I know that many of us feel a huge debt of gratitude for the work that he did while leading our industry through one of the most difficult times ever. Scott, thanks for all the great work, and if this award was ever intended for anyone, it was intended for you.
This past year, Scott has continued supporting the industry as an FIC board member and the lead of the Alberta FIC Coalition, making significant progress in Alberta by getting many leaders discussing the merits of a fitness tax credit. Scott is also serving as the president of Prescription to Get Active, bridging the gap between the medical institution and fitness and wellness professionals. From a business standpoint, Scott has started a new adventure called Kids Strong, integrating physical literacy, cognitive, social, emotional development to help kids win at life. Congratulations to Scott Wilderman on leading and inspiring the Canadian fitness industry during a time of crisis. Scott has brought us together like never before, and we are grateful to have him as a current leader in our industry.